Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Norwood High School for the round of 32 MIAA Division II Field Hockey State Playoffs between the visiting Red Hawks of Melrose and your Norwood Mustangs. At this time, let's meet the teams. First, for the visiting Red Hawks, number 2, Ruby Sterling. Number 3, Sophia Holbert. Number 4, Elsie English. Number 5, Sophie Brown. Number 7, Bryn Baker. Number 8, Zoe Blumenthal. Number 9, Grace Jenkins. Number 10, Emmy Judge. Number 11, Mary Atkinson. Number 12, Sophia Sullivan. Number 15, Zoe Blackburn. Number 16, Lindsay Minton. Number 17, Saoirse Yuzguris. Number 20, Ava Viola. Number 21, Alex Zano. Number 28, Anna Sullivan. And number 30, Alina Fuentes. And now, your Norwood Mustangs. Number 00, Ava O'Neill. Number 2, Morgan Nauman. Number 3, Bridget Kidd. Number 4, Audrey McDonald. Number 5, Ashley Delaria. Number 7, Katie Malley. Number 8, Allie O'Neill. Number 9, Ava Hines. Number 10, Emma Penza. Number 11, Allie Mannering. Number 13, Evan O'Neill. Number 14, Mackenzie Conley. Number 15, Regan Pritchard. Number 16, Madison Doucette. Number 17, Emily Spadorsha. Number 18, Bridget Conley. Number 19, Shay Larkey. Number 21, Bridget Sopel. Number 22, Maddie Sopel. Number 23, Maureen Larkey. Number 24, Delaney Naughton. And number 36, Cece Indek. At this time, we would ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America and those that serve to protect her with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening and welcome to Norwood High School. I'm Joey O'Connor. This is Mark Hoover, and boy oh boy do we have a treat for you tonight. It is officially November, which means one thing for fall sports, playoffs. And we have two teams matched up here tonight at Norwood High School. Number 1 seed, Norwood Mustangs, versus the number 32 seed, Melrose. At this point, records, statistics, power rankings, everything's out the window. The name of the game tonight is Survive and Advance. Mark, what do you got?
Well, you mentioned it perfectly, because if you look at this matchup, right, you look at the records, Mustangs come in with one loss against Walpole, 16-1-1, 14-0 in the TVL. And they're coming up here against these Redhawks that on paper, with a 3-win, 10-loss, and 3-tie situation, you might take a look at that and kind of go, I hearken back to last winter when the boys hockey team took on Malden Catholic that had 2 wins and made the state playoffs and knocked off the higher seed. So you can never take any team too lightly, and I know Coach Dolliner will have this team fired up and ready to go. But Melrose plays in a real tough division out of the Middlesex, so they face some really good competition. Not to say that the Mustangs don't, but this record might be a little deceiving in terms of what we're going to see here tonight. But I think it, as you mentioned, Joey, what a beautiful evening up here on the hill, as the Mustangs will take control early on and try to get it deep into the Melrose zone.
Yeah, for sure, Mark. We have a balmy 70-degree evening here at the high school. Sun is setting pretty majestically over the field. Could not ask for better weather. Could not ask for a better night for some playoff field hockey.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of those. It's kind of nice. You got that window open, and a nice breeze coming through up here in the box as they work over there on the far side. It's going to be a little tough with the sun just to kind of get folks' names and numbers, but we'll do obviously our very best. And I always like to put out top, Joey, that I apologize in advance for the butchering of any names,
Yeah, for sure.
from folks. So early pressure here from the Mustangs, and this is kind of exactly what they wanted to do, to take early control as they work in front of the keeper. Elena Fuentes is the senior captain goalie.
Yeah, and if you're just jumping on the bandwagon for the playoffs, this is the name of the game for the Norwood Mustangs so far this season and last season as well, coming off a run to the state title last year, looking to avenge a loss in the state championship. But I've called a few games for them this year, Mark, and this is exactly what they do. They play fast, they move the ball, they take off up and down the field, they back check, they forecheck, they press. And they look for lots of opportunities out in front of the net like they just had a minute ago.
Well, this is a squad that, has been putting up, averaging just north of 4 goals a game. So we know about the offense, but, the old adage that, defense wins championships, Joey, and boy, you look at this defense, anchored there by Ava, senior captain goaltender. She's got like an 880 save percentage going on this year, 5 shutouts. So it starts at the posts back there, and then it works its way into the defense in front of her.
Yeah, the senior captain, as you mentioned, Mark, Ava O'Neill back there. She's been an absolute beast for the Mustangs for a few seasons now. I think earlier this season I was live when I called her Stonewall Jackson back there. Just nothing seems to get by her. The only time I've seen goals go by Ava this year are kind of tricky shots that bounced up in the air. And we'll see the Mustangs with a set piece here out in front of the Melrose net.
So it was Ava Hines, number 9, who started that one for the Mustangs, and trying to pick up Nauman down there in the corner. This is a senior-heavy team for the Mustangs. These young ladies have played together, not only the field hockey, but a number of hockey players and other. These are multi-athletes, multi-sport athletes that here for Norwood. And I was talking to Coach Dolliner, and kind of like, how do you make sure you don't look past that first game, and they take these things basically 15 minutes at a time, she was saying. Win each quarter and not look, almost don't even look into the second quarter, right? We wanted to concentrate solely on what's directly in front of them. And like you mentioned here, some early pressure. For Melrose, Coach Olivia Carmen, in her first year as the head coach of the Redhawks, reached out to her and was getting a little bit of information about their squad, and their big win last night against Amherst Pelham over at the home field there. was I guess their first playoff win in 20 years for the Red Hawks. So, she's got that program, kind of in a nice little direction as well.
Yeah, talk about building some momentum there.
Yeah.
And speaking of momentum, Norwood will have a penalty corner here, a set-piece opportunity for the Mustangs, which if you have been watching them this season, they tend to capitalize on these opportunities pretty often. Usually they toss it to the middle, usually to one of their seniors, Shea Larkey. Sometimes they'll toss it to the side and then to the middle. It looks like they're going to dump it to Larkey and let her go to work.
Just trying to do a quick little give and go and then back to Larkey. I mean, we know about Larkey's numbers, right? She's sitting here at, 35 goals so far this year, 18 assists, and really has been that offensive mainstay. But lots of contributors. Spidorsha, Bridget Conley sits there with 6 goals and 10 assists, and Morgan Nauman also sitting on 9 goals. So they've got some firepower up front.
Yeah, for sure, Mark. And as we mentioned, this senior class is coming off a deep run to the state championship last year. So plenty of experience, and I'm sure they're hungry to avenge their championship loss. There's also a few underclassmen out there that typically start for the Mustangs too. So some freshmen, some sophomores getting some playoff experience this year as well. Pretty good balance across the board.
Very nice balance. Yeah, you're right. I think, particularly of Emma Penza, the freshman defenseman, who has, again, we talked about how well Norwood has played defensively this year, has been back there with the 2 seniors and have been really kind of able to lock down most opponents. I think other than the 4-1 loss to Walpole, the Mustangs have been, I don't want to use the word cruise control, but certainly have been playing extremely competitive, for this entire season, and the record reflects that. Looks like a dangerous hit there, so
yeah,
Melrose will get
for
the
sure.
free hit.
And I think Mark mentioned it earlier, but Norwood's only loss this year is to that Walpole team. It was actually the number 1 ranked team in the D1 bracket. Norwood also has 1 tie on their record this year. That was actually to Wachusett, also D1, the number 10 team in the D1 playoff bracket. So otherwise, Norwood has been undefeated all season against these D2 opponents. We'll see what they can do right here.
Spodorsh has the shot.
Pretty good opportunity for the Mustangs. I think someone in the crowd brought a horn that's a little misleading.
I keep hearing that. It's like the second or third time I've heard that. I'm like,
keep thinking that's a stoppage of play. It's not. So if you're sitting at home and you hear that horn, ignore it. The girls are going to keep playing.
That's right. You talk in terms of Melrose, one of the players that you really kind of need to keep your eye on for them is their sophomore Mary Atkinson. She's their leading scorer, number 11, and got the game winner for the Red Hawks last night. And I looked down this roster, and they are very young. They've got a lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores, only 4 seniors on this squad. So, be able to make this playoff appearance here under Cameron's first year is bodes well for the future of Melrose field hockey. So that horn is going to just confuse me for most of the evening.
Yeah, I guess just keep that in mind as a way to ignore it. There are no horns like that in field hockey.
Right.
It's kind of like when you watch the World Cup and they have the vuvuzelas in the crowd. Just ignore it. It doesn't actually mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything. And the players don't seem to notice it.
No, they are unfazed. And speaking of playing fast, this is one thing I've noticed about Norwood this year is they have a huge opportunity in front of the net. Off of those penalties, those set pieces, you're actually allowed to just take the ball yourself and go, which you'll see Shea Larkey do pretty often tonight. Number 19, the senior captain, they'll put the ball down for a penalty, kind of like almost like a free kick in soccer, and she'll just take it and go as fast as she can, which I think is a great strategy. I love that move. Just get it, go, make a play.
So nice clear there in for Melrose, trying to get some. There, it looks like maybe a high stick up high there on the Mustangs. So the free hit will come in for Melrose.
Yeah, so that's one way to advance the ball down the field. Dump and chase. Looks like we'll have a substitution here for Norwood. That looks like number 7, Katie Malley, is checked into the game. I think she's up front. It looks like she subbed in for, I think, number 2, Morgan Nauman, just subbed out.
Yeah.
So
nice.
quick change. Good way to get some fresh legs out there. That's one thing we noticed as well. Norwood does a pretty good job rotating in those subs, trying to get fresh legs. They do play fast, so it's good to just get some subs, get some people in and out.
Now you look across the way, and Dolliner has a real deep bench, and I think that, it's just a smart idea to keep all of your players engaged, so you have to be ready at a moment's notice to get in there. And like I said, maybe you're giving somebody a spell for a couple minutes.
Yeah, and they've got Norwood's got a pretty deep coaching staff as well. Allison Dolliner's assistant coaches, Caitlin Notabart, Sammy Hayes, Maddie O'Rourke, Rose Campbell, Allie McDonough. They all do a great job. We've got a tremendous coaching staff, a tremendous team. We were saying a few weeks ago, probably the most dominant Norwood sports team for one season that we've seen in a while.
Yeah, for sure. And you talked about, they made it all the way to the state championship last year, losing the heartbreaker 2-1. And I had a chance to interview Shay Larkey earlier this year. Just a phenomenal, not only a phenomenal athlete, but just a great person. And I did the old, so what are your goals for this year? Like I had to ask, right?
Yeah, seems like a given,
right? Thank you, Captain Obvious. And so I mean, they are laser focused to get themselves back to that state championship, but they've got to get through Melrose first. And
this could be one way to do it with another penalty corner here, set piece, as we see Melrose toss on the gear. And here we go, ball up top. Norwood will work it to the side to Larkey. She gets it to the middle. Great juke move, and there's a goal right away. So there we go, off of that set piece. As we said, they tend to capitalize off of these. Good ball movement, good passing. Larkey jukes out a few defenders in the shooting circle, the shooting zone. And Norwood will take a 1-0 lead here early in this game. Yeah,
4:47 left in the first, and Larkey, you kind of called it there, Joey. That's where they have been making a lot of their noise this year, is off those set pieces, and I'm sure that as many coaches will, you will work on those over and over, and you get it down to a smooth science. And when you have a player like a Larkey who will get right in that strike zone, and she doesn't miss when she gets that close.
Yeah. If you're Melrose, if you're any opponent, Larkey's got the ball there. It might be too late. So we see off of the set piece in the middle here, Melrose opted for a little dump and chase, but the ball sailed all the way out of bounds. So Norwood will have an opportunity to counter right away. And it looks like we got sticks tangled in the middle here. I don't think I've seen that before.
No, that was it. Yeah. Yeah, Spadorshin.
It looked like that was Spadorshin. I think number 4, Elsie English, got their sticks tied up.
Yeah.
And they were both trying to go opposite ways. So Melrose can't capitalize off of the set piece there in the middle, and Norwood will be heading back the other way towards Melrose territory.
Yeah, Atkinson a little bit of high on that shot on that.
I looked down at my sheet, and I looked back up, and there were just two people like a tug of war in the middle of the field.
Yep. Good strong work there by Hines as she's able to gather through.
Yeah, that's something I've seen from Norwood this year too. They have tremendous stick handling, tremendous ball movement. They take really good care of the ball, and they make some great plays with the ball on their stick. Some things that I haven't seen from other teams really, just in terms of stick handling.
Yeah, I think
looks like ice hockey sometimes.
Yeah, they work on that, quite a bit. As Melrose will get the toss in here.
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward spot. Immediate turnover, and here comes Larkey the other way. Could be another good opportunity for the Mustangs.
Oh, it's nice defensive work there. Is able to shut that down.
And it looks like Larkey's drawn another penalty. So here we go, another penalty corner set piece for the Mustangs. We just saw them score. If you're just tuning in, Norwood had just scored about a minute ago off of one of these. We'll see if they can make some magic happen again here with about 3 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, so Conley will take this one. The right of Fuentes. Drop back to, again, you're trying to work that small little triangle. And that was defended nicely by the Red Hawks.
Yeah, good defense there from the Red Hawks. Try to break out the other way, but a good back check there from the Mustangs to slow them down. They'll get their defenders back.
That was Alex Zano, the senior captain, one of the mentioned the 4 seniors, was able to kind of break that out.
So here comes Melrose down the far side of the field. right into the sun, so it's a little tough to see.
O'Neill's there defending her. I think that was Sophia Holbert, number 3, one of the sophomores working on her. So it looks like, and again, yep, we're just in time for sunset.
Yeah, as pretty as it is, I
Yeah.
can't see anything in that corner. But Mark mentioned it earlier, the Norwood's kind of been known for their offense this year, but their defense, that defensive back line, you just mentioned senior Evan O'Neill, senior Bridget Sopel. They've done a tremendous job back there all season. And, of course, the senior goaltender, Ava O'Neill, comes up big there. Melrose with a great opportunity to score.
And Emmy
Looked like it
Judge,
got-
sitting
looked like
right
it
on
got-
that back post. It's almost as if someone kind of forgot to pick her up, but that was a great opportunity
Yeah.
for the Redhawks with 1:20 left here in the first quarter.
So remains a 1-0 game, but that could have immediately been equalized right
Yeah.
there.
You know, and for Melrose to be able to kind of respond to, Shea's goal, with maybe some sustained offense and some time here in the Norwood side of the field, it's kind of a big boost as we're under the final minute here as English will put it in for Melrose, gets it over to Jenkins, the sophomore, but right back come the Mustangs.
Yeah, and here comes Norwood the other way. Larkey applying the pressure, good pass, forces a turnover there, rips a shot. Great save there from number 30, Elena Fuentes, as the ball seals out of bounds.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think when Fuentes made the save and then she kind of turned her head, she was looking for it. And, she had been able to just change the direction of Larkey's shot, deflected it wide. So,
Yeah, so Norwood will have a set piece up top. They get it to the corner. Conley passes it to Larkey. She's in that danger zone, in the shooting zone. And it looks like once again Norwood will get a penalty corner here. So Melrose will opt to toss on their safety gear. And Norwood will look to score here right before the end of the quarter. Time is ticking. I believe that's the real horn, technically.
yeah, that one. So they'll play out this last shot
kinda
here.
like an untimed down in
Yep.
football almost. And Norwood
Nice
looking to
save,
capitalize right
yes.
away. What a shot on
Yep.
that. Kick save and a beaut from Fuentes.
Yeah, that's big.
Tremendous save right before the end of the first quarter to keep it a 1-0 game. It could have easily been 2-0 there. But some good momentum from Melrose to end the quarter. You're right, Mark. They fought back. They almost score a goal. And then Fuentes with a couple big saves there down the stretch. We got ourselves a game.
Yeah. So 1-0 after one on Larkey's goal with about 4 minutes left in the first. But I think Dollar has to probably be pleased with the momentum right now. It still feels like it's in the Mustangs' favor. But I would also have to believe that on the other side, Cameron's got to be pleased with her young squad. Not certainly not playing afraid or anything along those lines, right? They're certainly playing quite well, and you could kind of feel a little bit more as they maybe get a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident that they're going to start to take some chances. That they're obviously going to have to watch. I think the number of set pieces is, Melrose hasn't had one yet. The Mustangs are probably on about at least 3 or 4 set pieces in that first quarter. So something that they're going to try to want to curtail because that's where the Mustangs are most dangerous.
Yeah, for sure. But like you said, Mark, I think if you told Melrose after one quarter it's a 1-0 game and you almost just equalized it right before the end of the quarter, I think they would definitely take that heading into tonight as a kind of inexperienced sophomore, junior team with a first-year coach.
Yeah,
pretty good opportunity for them here to continue to try to steal a little bit of momentum here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they had a game last night, again, out at their home field. And it was actually, as I mentioned, Atkinson, who had scored the only goal for them in the first half, and they were able to hold on for that 1-0 win over Amherst Pelham. So the 33 playing the 32, and I mean, like I said, if you sometimes when you look at these records, you kind of go, how does a team that's 3-10, qualify? But again, I think what that speaks to is the strength of the opponents that they have to go up against. And, one of them that they play, you talk about the Walpoles that Norwood had to play. They have to play Belmont, which is currently sitting at number 5 in D1. They had to play Arlington a couple times, which is sitting at number 20 in D1. And they had to play Watertown, which is probably short of Norwood. One of the best field hockey programs in the Commonwealth. They had they were sitting at like a 70 some odd game winning streak right now. They had 100 and some odd winning streak snapped just recently. So, you played those kind of teams, day in, day out. It's going to make you a better squad record, not necessarily reflective of that, but they play in a very difficult division. So we'll see what the Mustangs drew up here for the second quarter. It's one of the ways the teams continue in the same direction.
Yeah, so Norwood's still going left to right, so their offense will be easy to see in the shadows down here on our right. It looks like Nauman is subbed back into the game to start the second quarter, so we'll see here up front in that forward position, front right. And right away, Norwood gets it into the danger zone, the shooting zone there. Looks like Melrose opts to just dump it out of bounds and reset here, so Norwood will have set piece from the side.
Yeah, you look at someone like Emily Spodorsha, who had brought that down here on the near side. A lot of that is, her and Nauman used to play, hockey together for a number of years, so they have that kind of mentality of they know where each other is on the field and on the ice.
Yeah.
So
another kick save there from Fuentes, but it looks like Norwood will have another opportunity here with another penalty corner. As we said earlier, too, Mark, it seems like if you're Melrose, this is exactly what you're not looking for.
Right.
Statistically speaking, the more of these you give away to Norwood, more goals we're going to score.
Yeah.
So Norwood gets it right to the middle. They dump it to the right. Looks like Nauman throws one on net. Norwood does a great job screening the goaltender. They jump out of the way and they score a goal here to take a 2-0 lead.
I think.
Yeah, so that was an interesting one. Norwood dumped it to the middle, forced it to the right. Nauman ripped a shot on net that I think it was Spodorsha was almost screening the goalie.
Yeah.
Like ice hockey. She jumped over the shot attempt, turned around and got the rebound and threw it in the net. So Norwood will take a 2-0 lead here early in the second quarter.
Yeah, for Melrose, that's kind of a that's kind of a heartbreaker right there, because you're a minute in, to the second quarter, and just like that, you'd like to have maybe not given up one so quick. So let's see if they can regroup here.
Yeah, and it seems like that goal might have woken Norwood up a little bit as they immediately force a turnover and get it right back in front of the Melrose net. They rip another shot. Dangerous rebound out in front of the net. Norwood looking to force another shot. Melrose just looking to get it out of the zone.
Allie O'Neill there just kind of couldn't get that one off.
Yeah, she was trailing. That was beautiful timing there. It looked like she was about to rip a slap shot on net.
So Melrose is able to dodge that one and see if they can come back this way. But defensively, great job. We talked about that defense. And just like that, the aforementioned O'Neill causes the turnover.
Yeah, so you see her playing good offense there, and she turns around and plays great defense. Forces a change of possession here for the Mustangs.
And I love when they do this. They start to reverse the field, right? You've got all the pressure on this side, and Penza, again, terrific pedigree, obviously, with her mom being the former coach, so that apple's not falling very far from the tree. Has been able to really secure this near side defense. Tried to work it back to the other side and reverse the field.
Yeah, and again, even though this is probably most closely connected to ice hockey, that part always reminds me of soccer.
Yes.
You move it up to the side, you play it back, reverse field, switch it. And so we see Larkey running down the middle of the field here with the ball on her stick, just zooming by defenders, gets right into the scoring zone and rips a slap shot on net. Wow. I wish we could see the exit velo on that one. That was an absolute ripper. Just no shot for Fuentes there.
No way.
And Larkey buries one in the back of the net to make it a 3-0 game here with 12 minutes left in the second quarter. And yes, as we said, Mark, as we mentioned, Norwood has come alive here early in the second quarter.
But watching Shay Larkey, I mean, you see why she's heading off to continue playing up at Cornell next year. I mean, that move there, she was able to, she anticipated the throw-in from the free hit from the Melrose player, anticipated where it was going, intercepted it, and then single-handedly, Connor McDavid type going through 5 or 6 defenders.
Yeah, coast to coast.
Yeah, dribbles it on her stick, and then I was ducking out of the way up here because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get in front of that.
I think I flinched, actually.
So Mustangs now Up 3-0 with 11:40 left here in the second. Melrose trying to counter with a little bit of pressure of their own. The Mustangs able to alleviate some of that as it heads out of bounds.
Ref tried to make a kick save there, trying to pull a Fuentes, but couldn't quite do it.
And so we'll watch.
Good assist there from the photographer.
Yeah, we'll watch Gina Nauman try to kick that down. And I'll have to
I think she was disappointed in the result, but it was actually a pretty good kick. She's multitasking. So we'll see number 8 here, Zoe Blumenthal with the set piece for Melrose, and Norwood once again that defensive pressure. Larkey sends a great pass upfield. Oh. That must have gone 30 yards.
Terrific look on the far side, trying to pick up Mannering and just couldn't quite connect. But that was a terrific.
Yeah, great field
60
vision,
yards
great pass.
Across, yeah.
So Norwood heading back the other way again, applying the pressure here in the Melrose zone. That's number 9, Ava Hines. She had the ball on the 35-yard line there. Norwood again getting the ball to the middle of the field. Melrose with some good defense, just looking to get it out of the zone again.
Yeah, smart play there too, right? You know, Larkey kind of backs it back out of the way, sets to to reset.
Yeah, great play there from Conley right there. Kind of one-times it into the middle. She's working hard there on that far side of the field. Throws one on net, but it looks like it sails just wide, so Melrose will be coming back the other way.
Yeah, but some nice stick work, there on the far side too. Spidorsha able to kind of knock that ball down. And once again, I mean, I think what we're seeing here really is, whoa!
Another just absolute slap shot from Larkey.
Yeah.
I think that one got Fuentes right in the pads there, so good save by Fuentes. And again, Melrose is trying to get the ball out of their zone, but Norwood, again, all season they've been applying that pressure. Their defense comes way up. They press. They play fast. Their midfielders and even their forwards, Mark, do a great job back-checking as well. Anytime another team tries to head out the other way, they sprint back. And it just leads to a lot of long possessions like this that must be draining for the opponents, where it feels like the ball is just in your zone for 3-4 minutes at a time.
You're constantly on your heels, and they just cannot break past midfield. Hines coming through here, stick on stick. So Norwood gets that on that infraction.
Yeah, and there we go. Norwood again right away off the set piece there, just playing it as quick as they can.
Kind of looks like that got caught up in Larkey's feet. So once it touches anything other than the stick, they'll blow that dead. So trying to get through here.
Yeah, that looks like number 2, Ruby Sterling, doing a good job bringing the ball back the other way into the Mustang zone. She's trying to go coast to coast.
Yeah, but Bridget Sopel, again, defensively kind of channeling her to the outside, which is, defensively what you want to try to do. We've seen, obviously, the danger zone is like any other sport, right in front. And if you can channel those offensive folks to the sidelines, terrific defensive work right there. That was by English there. English, nice job stepping up. So we'll see if Melrose here with 7:57 left in the second quarter. Just having trouble. That's happened a couple times, I think, to Melrose. They just haven't been able to make clean contact, and the Mustangs have been jumping right on them.
Yeah, again, that full field pressure from the Mustangs, even on those set pieces, just seems to kind of rattle Melrose a little bit.
Nauman tries to knock it into the middle there, but Melrose able to keep it out. But again, that was a terrific little juke there by Sopel. By Larkey. She goes one way, puts on the brakes, and heads the other way, and is able to draw the foul inside the circle.
Yeah, just another great possession there from Larkey. Basically triple teamed, just looking to power her way towards the net there, draws the penalty. So Norwood, again, a big opportunity to kind of blow the doors open on this game here.
Yeah, I think this, defensively for Melrose, this is an important stop.
So kind of a bouncing pass to the middle. Larkey couldn't quite handle it. Melrose defenders rushing back to the front of their net. Norwood with the ball right out in front, and there we go.
Yeah,
Norwood on that far side post, just turns around, fires one into the net.
Trying to see who's pulling that one out. So that's 4.
I think that's Bridget Sopel.
Was that?
I think
Was
she
that
came
Sopel,
all
21?
yeah. I think
Yep.
she came all the way up from the back line, and
Wow.
there's Ava O'Neill comes out, chest bumps her.
Yeah.
There we go. Good celebration there. Love to see a goaltender celebrate.
Well, it was interesting too because I looked up and it was off of the set piece. It looked like the ball kind of took a funny hop, and I go, okay, Melrose will be able to, get their defenders back from midfield to kind of even things up.
Yeah, and instead we got our defenders up there.
Yep. And I looked up, and there's parked right in front of Fuentes with 3 white jerseys with no red defense, and there really kind of wasn't much that Fuentes was going to be able to do on that.
No. And as we kind of pan back the other way, you can see how much ground Sopel covered there to score that goal. She's typically all the way back in the Norwood half of the field, and she came running up, was rewarded with a goal there. So Larkey rips another slap shot on net. Fuentes with another great save. She's putting forth her best effort back there. She made some great saves.
Yeah.
Just too many opportunities from the Mustangs to prevent a 4-0 lead here.
And the Mustangs are just really seeing these passes and just intercepting them. They're stepping right into the lanes. It's almost as if they're kind of like giving them the opening and then knowing that they've got the speed to then take it away, right? So you're going to try to get the Melrose player to commit to that pass. They think they've got the open lane, and given the speed that this team has, they then just basically take away that pass.
Yeah, the old bait and switch.
Mm-hmm. And Coach was saying one of the things that she's really been impressed this year, Coach Dolliner, was how low a lot of these girls are playing. The stick is one size, and you really need to kind of, you get more power, more control the lower you get. And she says a lot of the girls this year have really been working on that.
Yeah, and so again, some great stick handling here from the Mustangs. That looks like number 9, Ava Hines again. She's getting the ball in the middle of the field, juking her way past bunch of Melrose defenders there. Another opportunity for Norwood. The ball sailed just wide of the net. But it looks like it will remain Mustang ball here.
Yeah, it goes out of bounds off the back line.
At about the 25-yard line. So Norwood plays it back. Looks like that was Sopel's going to rip one towards the middle of the field.
See, now she's starting to feel it, right?
Yeah, heat check. A little bit of a heat check. And once again, Norwood applying the pressure there, right? Sopel forces the ball in deep. Norwood applies a little pressure in front of the net, and they are rewarded with another penalty corner here, another set piece that they have had such a high success rate with this season and this game.
Yeah. This has been obviously what has been the difference maker thus far in terms of that, as Melrose has not had a single one so far this evening. They're just trying to get that out of the zone, and they're able to do so. But again, control here for the Mustangs. They just turn and fire it back in.
And again, rewarded for their efforts there.
Yeah. Defensively, Alex Zano there on that far side just, is trying to slow down this Mustang offense. Wasn't able to kind of control the ball with a stick, so Mustangs get it again. Another stick on stick.
Norwood will play the ball right away again.
That's a little bit of a dangerous ball. Is that not allowed to go up that high, but the thing you got to make sure too is that you don't start to get sometimes when you're up like this, and I think you kind of know that you are the better team, right, is that you start to try to get a little fancy, you start to get a little cute, and you get away from some of the basics.
Yeah.
And you don't want to, not that I would think in one game you're going to develop any bad habits, but you want to still play the game the way that you want, because if you advance, obviously every game becomes tougher and tougher competition. So
yeah, you want to keep building those good
Exactly,
habits. I think the best way I've heard that phrased just from mic'd up professional coaches the last few years, especially the NBA, is don't get bored with the process. Don't get bored with playing the right way.
Yep.
You're right, Mark. Just because you're up 4-0, right? It's a couple ticks left before halftime. It might be easy to just let up. but don't get bored with playing the right way.
Yep. So Melrose again having difficulty getting that over the midfield as the Mustangs take it down to the far side. And again, a nice job of getting that right into the middle there.
Another great opportunity there for the Mustangs. I think that was Larkey at the ball right out in front in that scoring zone, that danger zone.
But a terrific job defensively by Melrose there. One, not to draw the penalty or the foul within that, that circle. And then to clear it not only nicely out to the side, but there was actually a fairly decent transition for them on that last one. Couldn't quite capitalize, but here with 1:39 left in the second quarter, down 4. See if they can get at least a little bit of action here. In front of O'Neill. She has certainly not been challenged tonight.
Yeah, and it looks like Norwood's got a lot of fresh legs on the field right now, too. Something to keep your eyes on right before the end of this half. Fresh legs right before halftime could mean another opportunity for the Mustangs.
And once again, it's just the whole defense back there is just shutting everything down. They are giving Melrose absolutely no room there, taking away, as you kind of hear both in soccer and in hockey, they're taking away the time and space. And without that, Melrose has not been able to generate anything. Gets into the feet, so Melrose will get another chance here. I do note that it does not appear, and I know that during the course of the season we've had a number of the members of the youth field hockey out here as honorary ball girls, but it doesn't look like they made the playoff run so far, so we'll have to get them. If the Mustangs, hold on tonight, maybe we can host another one, but we got to get through this one first. But
yeah, we always try to commend the ball boys, the ball girls for their efforts out there. Field hockey and soccer too, they fly up and down the sidelines, just trying to keep play going. And so we'll see Norwood heading back the other way here with about 8 seconds left, looking to make something happen before halftime. Great pass out in front of the net. Another great pass in front of the net, and a great save by Fuentes again right before the buzzer.
At the end,
Another clutch save from number 30, Elena Fuentes, to keep this a 4-0 game heading into halftime. As we'll see both teams head back to their bench here. But what a quarter there for the Norwood Mustangs. This quarter started off 1-0. It seemed like Melrose was kind of stealing a little bit of momentum, and Norwood just came out firing right away.
Yep. So goals by Spidorsha, another one by Larkey, and Sopel brings the score after one complete half. Your Mustangs 4, Melrose nothing. We'll be right back with second half action after this.
Good evening and welcome back to Norwood High School. We're here for the second half of the number 1 seed Norwood Mustangs versus the number 32 seed Melrose Skyhawks, Redhawks. Oops, that's still nil. We've got quite the game for you so far. It's a 4-0 game here in favor of the home team, the Mustangs. But Melrose put forth a very competitive first quarter. It was 1-0 after one quarter, and then the more experienced, battle-tested Norwood Mustangs team stole a lot of momentum back there in the second quarter. 3 goals, and now it is a 4-0 game here as we start the second half.
Well, it's funny, just as everyone was coming out, the wind appeared to, like we were just talking about that during halftime, just, the breeze and the leaves and all that, just being like that picture-perfect fall afternoon / evening. And now it feels like that wind picked up just a little bit, almost kind of blowing towards the Melrose goal, which is certainly what they don't need. But let's see if,
this
again,
is what they do need right here.
Yeah, a good little strong start here is Holbert brings it down for Melrose.
Yeah, and that's kind of the first time we've seen Melrose off that set piece in the middle there. Instead of dumping and chasing, they just take possession. They sent it. So good possession there for Melrose, trying to apply the pressure early here, send a message to start the second half that this game is not over.
Yeah. So Zane will start off. Zano will start off here. She's off, actually, I understand, next year to Plymouth State to play field hockey. So some talent there, but right again, here they come as Mannering. See the way she just gave that to Spidorsha and cut right back inside.
Little two-man game there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, again, that's part of what just separates this Norwood team from the competition there. Great passing, great field vision, great stick handling. Pretty cheeky pass there from Larkey up the left side. And a good two-man game there. Spadorsha ends up the ball out in front of the net. And so Melrose looking to head back the other way as we close the windows here.
Yeah.
A little too windy.
It's a little too windy, yeah.
But we can officially see everything right now.
It
so
is kind of
good.
nice. Yep.
Yeah.
And the lights are on, and this is kind of what, when they put these lights up here, it's not only great for, obviously, the Friday night football, but for all of these athletes to be able to play under the lights. And we've had soccer up here.
Wow,
did that go
that's
in?
A goal.
I think it did, yeah. It ricocheted
Oh,
up.
my gosh. What a tip in there from the Mustangs. Norwood just throws it out in front of the net. And what a tip in there. Trying to figure out who that is.
It looks like Mannering went in to pull it out, so usually that's the indicator.
Oh, my
Give
goodness.
it to Allie Mannering.
Wow.
So early on here with 13:20, Mannering makes it a 5-0.
What a
lead for
goal
the
there
Mustangs.
from
Yeah.
Mannering. What a tip in. Norwood throws it out in front, and that just rocketed off her stick. In the air, too. It looked like it was almost going top corner. I just assumed that was sailing wide of the net.
I did
And
too.
They were celebrating, so there we go. Just like that, a 5-0 lead here for the Mustangs. And they're still trying to apply the pressure early and often here to start this second half.
They nice little clear there for the Melrose. Are able to kind of get that ball in, and once again, Holbert kind of
she's
driven out of bounds, but by O'Neill, but able to kind of make the play up here as Zeno will then take it.
Yeah, Holbert's doing a great job
Yeah.
up front for the Red Hawks. It's a couple times now we've seen her just take possession of the ball up this this near side. But Norwood again forcing a turnover, and what a impressive pass there again, cross field.
Yeah, Larkey just so smart, right? I mean, she knew exactly where Zeno was going to try to put it in, and that's I think that the problem that Melrose has been having is that they've not really been able to execute any passes because Norwood is just plopped right in the way.
Yeah, and it leads to a lot of opportunities like that where
Exactly.
Larkey steals it off of the set piece and just sends it cross field. It looks like Spadorsha with the ball in deep is probably going to draw a penalty there. It's tough to hear the whistle. I think it was tough for even the players to hear that whistle. But Spadorsha draws the penalty there. So Norwood, almost a penalty corner, roughly the same area. And here comes Larkey, exactly where you don't want her if you're Melrose. Looks like the ball's just stuck out in front of the net, and it's blown dead before that goal can count.
Yeah.
For
I was
Norwood.
like, I saw it. You could hear the whistle was blown just before the shot was taken.
And instead, it will be another penalty corner here for the Mustangs.
So if nothing else, maybe if you're Melrose, you'll take that penalty corner, right? Because the Mustangs had that ball right there at Fuentes' feet, and then the foul called. So at least, if nothing else, now you have the chance defensively to try to see if you can't slow this down. Quick one-timer.
Yeah, great play again from the Mustangs. They get it to the middle and reverse it right back to Larkey for a one-timer.
And
Just
a nice
couldn't quite
transition
capitalize.
here.
Yeah, and there's Holbert again doing a great job up this near side, number 3.
She really has been very, very impressive. Mentioned just a sophomore, so.
Yeah, the other thing, too, is all this stick handling and running she's doing. She does not look tired
No.
at all. She just casually just continue to jog up the field. So
There's
Larkey,
the ever-present number 19.
yeah, and again, just taking her space, making the right read, playing it back a little bit.
It was a terrific pass, too, because she passed it to an area where she knew her teammate would be able to run to it as opposed to where.
And
Holy
there's a
cow.
goal
Is that a
again
hat trick
for the
for her?
Mustangs. Yeah, it looks like that was Larkey.
No.
Or maybe it was an assist off of Larkey.
Trying to see who's coming out with it. So it makes it 6.
Yeah, we're just trying to specify who that was.
Like if she would just turn
you
so I
just
can see it. Nope, she's not.
face
There
the
we
way-
go.
oh, there we go.
There we go.
That was number 7, Katie Malley, it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah, so again, Larkey just a force in the center of the field, makes a great pass, follows her pass, continues running down the field, filling the lane. Norwood does a great job getting the ball back to Larkey in the middle to make a play. And that, again, is number 7, Katie Malley, the junior, finishing that possession for the Mustangs with a goal to extend this lead to 6.
Yeah, and I think right here, a smart timeout here by Cameron, right? You found yourself down 4, and this is certainly not what you wanted to have happen less than 5 minutes in. 2 goals by the Mustangs as Mannering made it 5, and the run right there by Malley makes it 6-0. Mustangs now in comfortable control. And, you know, again, I don't think there's been a shot yet on O'Neill. And, again, that just kind of gets to this whole notion that we talked defensively with O'Neill and Sopel in that back, the 2 seniors in the back. And they've really kind of, you know, if you talk to Dollar, they've really kind of embraced and helped Penza out, you know, again, the freshman who has responded to the senior leadership in such a way that, you mentioned Stonewall Jackson. I think all of them are Stonewalls, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to get through those 3 first
Yeah.
before you can even get to O'Neill.
Yeah, you're going to have to work hard to even get a shot on
Right.
net. And if you do, O'Neill's a tremendous goaltender back there. It might not even matter. But, yeah, I agree, Mark. Great time out there from Melrose. Just reset a little bit. It's 2 straight quarters now where Norwood has come out guns blazing, putting a couple goals on the board right away. So good opportunity for Melrose, the Redhawks, to reset a little bit here, maybe calm the nerves. But if you're a Mustangs fan, if you're watching this from home, you're rooting for Norwood, what you like to see is a wide range of goal scorers tonight for the Mustangs. You're not just relying on one person to carry the load there on offense. We've got goals by Katie Malley, Allie Mannering, Emily Spadorsha, 2 from Larkey, and 1 from Sopel, coming all the way back up from that defensive back line.
Yeah. So I think that's been, that's been the part to me that I find impressive. Obviously, you knew you were going to, what you're getting from someone, like Larkey, right? You know that in all likelihood you're going to at least get a goal from her almost every game. But for the others, that are stepping up here during the course of this year, and even tonight, it's just kind of nice to see other goal scorers getting on the sheets here. But if you talk about the talent that this squad has, I mean, TVL All-Stars, Larkey, Spadorsha, Conley, Ava O'Neill was a Boston Globe Player of the Week back in October. The Tri-Valley Large MVP is on your team. The Tri-Valley Coach of the Year is here. You back-to-back TVL Large champions. So this squad is just loaded for another great run. And I think that that's what this team, when they got together and, I'm sure this summer and were practicing and getting ready, probably still had that final game from last year in their brain as a real motivator. And, I pity the teams that have to try to get in front of this juggernaut right now. But certainly Melrose, again, with 8:47 left, settle things down and see if you can't kind of work some of the small stuff and build on this playoff experience.
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned it earlier, but this is a Melrose team full of mostly sophomores and juniors. So if anything, you're right, Mark. This is a great experience for them. Get in the playoffs, dip your toes in the water, right? See what it's like, and then come back next year even stronger. But vice versa for Norwood right now. You're seeing a lot of non-seniors getting experience right now, valuable playoff experience. I think number 14, sophomore Mackenzie Conley is out there. Looks like the far side, number 3, Bridget Kidd, a junior, is out there. So you're seeing some players get in there and get some valuable minutes as well for this Norwood team.
Yeah, and I think that's been kind of helpful this year is with the way that Norwood has played, again, averaging almost 4 goals a game, you're going to have opportunities like you have tonight, right? A 6-0 advantage is going to give those other players that maybe don't, see as much time in the closer games a chance to get out and get some game time experience. So I think that kind of stuff is always important. So Mustangs again here with 7:30 left in the third, comfortably on a 6-0 lead. So Zano again will try to leave it in, and you can almost anticipate a white jersey picking off one of those passes.
Yeah, Norwood just kind of sets up in that triangle formation, it looks like, surrounding the player with the ball for the set piece. They're almost just forcing you to play it back, but it looks like Melrose has just been opting to try to play it through that Bermuda triangle Norwood's got running. And here we go the other way. That looks like number 14, Mackenzie Conley, sprinting up the near side.
Oh, terrific defensive play there, too. The Melrose really kind of able to hold strong on that one as Ava Viola, again, another one of the senior captains. Terrific, strong defensive play there. But you were right. I mean, you looked at that speed there of Conley as she came down on that wing.
Yeah, she was just flying
along,
up
and
flying
to,
up the
yeah,
near side.
To Viola's credit, she just held her ground and defensively dispossessed the player. So it was a sharp defensive play.
Yeah, so another possession deep in the Melrose zone there, but ball sails out of bounds. So Melrose coming back the other way with about 6 minutes left here in this third quarter. And Norwood again applying that pressure, full field press. And they will be rewarded for it once again.
Yeah, so we're on them trying to get some folks there on the far side as the Mustangs will try to figure out exactly where the ref's going to
yeah,
put the ball. They're kind of like
a little miscommunication there between the ref and the Mustangs. But again, that Norwood backline stepping up, keeping the ball deep in the Melrose zone.
Yeah, boy, that was Maddie Sopel who jumped in defensively. I mean, you could just she anticipated where that ball was going, and she just got in the play real quick.
Yeah, some great, and there she is again. Great awareness, stepping up.
And you kind of watch, again, back defensively as some of the other defenders move up. Mustangs are still keeping one defender back, basically kind of towards the middle of the field until her defensive partner kind of gets back, and then they kind of split the field again. So the great awareness in terms of where your teammates are and being able to support each other.
Yep, and some great pressure again there from Norwood, looking to capitalize on the turnover. Oh my goodness, what an opportunity for the Mustangs there. That forecheck, that pressure there, again leading to a great shot opportunity. You see number 9, Ava Hines, again just forcing a turnover, making a great pass, great stick handling.
Yeah, that was a great back, again, kind of used maybe an ice hockey term, and that was a great back check by Hines there, right? I mean, she tracked down the Melrose attacker and was able to, from behind, without drawing a penalty or foul, able to regain possession. Melrose here trying to get a little something going, but once again, Mustangs really are giving them very little opportunity. Sneaks through here. Again, that was Holbert. She's moving over there to the far side. We'll see what Sterling can do here.
It looked like that was, again, number 21, Bridget Sopel on the back line. Great defensive play, good heads up, good awareness. Makes a full field, far field pass there. And here comes Norwood the other way.
I think, again, you just saw what happened there is, Ruby Sterling, the junior, Melrose has just not been able to kind of make those entry passes with any kind of authority. It's like they're just topping the ball. And that's, we talked earlier about, being down low. You're going to get better control. You're going to get better momentum on your shot.
Which Hines shows off right there. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, again, that's been the difference I've seen as well all season from this Mustang team. The stick handling, the ability to kind of dribble the ball through pressure, through multiple defenders, and then shot attempts like that. We've seen Larkey do it a few times tonight. Hines just ripped one there. The ball's just coming off their stick differently.
Yeah, in a situation like that, with a shot of that nature to get it into that area, then, anytime you can get oh, God, he caught the side of the net there.
It goes through the soccer net. Would have been a soccer goal. That thing's going to keep rolling, though. Hopefully somebody grabs that.
There we go. But, to get back to that shot, you put it into that area where it's, right in front of Fuentes, and the legs and the feet are all over the place. You're likely to be able to draw that foot contact foul, which is then going to lead to the penalty corner, and that's what the Mustangs have been able to do.
Yeah, just like ice hockey we referenced a few times. Pucks in deep, pucks on net. Same thing with field hockey here. That's the Norwood motto there. They get the ball in deep, they throw it on net, try to make something happen.
What do they say? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
The Mustangs are not afraid to.
We take a lot of shots.
To put that ball on net. And here they come again. What's interesting is, you look back here defensively, Melrose tries to have 5 defenders back, and it's kind of a 3-on-5 by the Mustangs, and they're still able to kind of move momentum into the Melrose zone. So Melrose look like they're trying to drop a few further defenders back. We're just under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter, which is kind of interesting because I suppose maybe, I might try to bring up one of my defenders, right, to maybe press a bit more, try to get, some offensive. But they are really holding at least their 3 defenders, I'm looking off here to our left, back pretty deep. So they're kind of outnumbered in the Mustang offensive zone.
And here comes Norwood again, the other way on the counter. Getting the ball in deep to the Melrose zone. Again, some great pressure, some great stick handling here from the Mustangs. And no, that is not an earthquake. That is fans running through the stands right in front of us.
Yeah, we've got some nice subs in here. One of my favorites, Madison Doucette, the pride of the Columbine Woodbine Road area. My neighbor's daughter, getting out there, getting a little bit of action. She's just a sophomore, has played some JV and some varsity this year. So we've mentioned some of the youth in terms of what Dolliner has to look forward to the future. Again, you're losing a big chunk of scoring after this year, but I think you've got some folks that are ready in the wings. I know that the JV team played extremely well this year, so there is some, hopefully that it's not, you don't have to, what do they say? You don't have to, you just reload next year. You don't have to kind of rebuild. So, and just like that, we are through 3 quarters as the Mustangs put 2 more in to take a 6-0 lead after 3. So they'll gather up here to get ready for that last 15 minutes. And, I think you're at a point now, Joey, where it's just one of those, you just want to get through these last 15. You don't want anyone on either side, obviously, to get hurt or anything along those lines. You probably want to work on some of your basics here. If you're Norwood, play smart, and just kind of burn that last 15 minutes and get out of here healthy and to look to continue on here. And now, obviously, if you're Melrose, I think, maybe working some offensive stuff, taking a bit more chances, getting some shots in. They've just had some trouble making contact with the ball tonight. But, for these 4 seniors, at Melrose, Fuentes, your keeper, Zano, Viola, and what was the other one? Yeah, Sophie Sullivan. The 4 senior captains. This could conceivably, barring something that would be miraculous, be your last 15 minutes of high school, field hockey. So, obviously, kind of a bittersweet moment for them. I'm sure that the Melrose folks have traveled down here. They've been very vocal, very supportive. I've got a chance to speak to some of the parents beforehand to make sure that we have some of the pronunciations, and they were very, very appreciative. I know that we mentioned this would be live, and so hopefully some folks out of Melrose who couldn't make the trip out here to beautiful Norwood on a lovely night have been able to kind of watch siblings or daughters or granddaughters or nieces or whatever it might be tonight. So I hope you've enjoyed our broadcast as Jack Tolman, as usual, working his magic on the camera tonight.
Yeah, and it seems like the Melrose team and the Melrose crowd, they still got the juice.
Oh, yeah.
They came out of the huddle loud. The
That's
fans
right.
got loud.
Yep.
But it looks like you're right, Mark. It looks like there's going to be a bit of a youth movement here for the Mustang side of the field. You're going to see number 36, CC Indek, check into the game as a goalkeeper. So senior captain Abe O'Neill will get a much-deserved break here. And it looks like across the field you're going to see a lot of those non-senior players getting some valuable minutes. And as we just said earlier, number 14, Mackenzie Conley showing off the wheels early here in the 4th quarter.
So let's see what Melrose can do. Sullivan tries to get herself through, but just like that again. Doesn't seem to matter where you are as Doucette dribbles through, and again, kind of passing. It's a terrific pass where you pass to the area, right? I mean, that looks a lot like what you see Shea do, right? All of these players. It's almost like it's not necessarily needs to be on the stick. You put it to the area where your teammate then on the run can pick that up without losing any momentum. I mean, it's kind of like soccer, right? You put it to an area, and your teammate gets it on the run.
Yeah, at times it's reminding me of the NFL a little bit too. It feels like we have a lot of quarterbacks out
Yeah.
there that are
Yep.
they know where their receivers are going to be, and
That's
they're
right.
just throwing it
Yep.
ahead of time to
Yep.
where they will be.
That's right.
I think that speaks to a lot of the chemistry this Mustangs team has. I think it speaks to how well they're coached, how hard they practice, that they know exactly where their teammates are going to be ahead of time. They can just throw it to a zone and know it will be received by a teammate.
So Bridget Sopel there with a solid strike.
And again, a nice scenic early November sunset on that side
I
of
was
the
just
field.
looking across the way. I'm like, that is kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's going to go on a lot of Instagram stories tonight, I think.
Well, they've really done, a terrific job up here. Obviously, once the lights came in, we've got the field that has been redone, the brand new scoreboard this year. So this facility up here is really, really something special. And the fact that all of these teams get the opportunity to play up here on this field at night is a testament to the entire athletic department staff. And
yeah, we've even got the leaves strategically placed all over the field.
Right.
I think John Lonley must have gone out and done that earlier, so it looks nice and pretty.
I did see him placing a couple. He was moving some that looked like there was too many in one area, so makes it look good. And we've had a good turnout tonight, and it's a Friday night up here, Friday night lights. So see at Melrose here trying to establish a little something. Cece, you're just trying to watch Cece, and she's, she is, even though the shot, the ball's way out there, she is tracking that
she's
quite
locked
nicely.
in,
Yep,
locked
exactly.
in back there.
Yep.
Right, again, we mentioned it, but valuable reps for everyone on the field right now, both sides.
Yep.
But especially the junior goaltender, Cece Indek.
Yeah, because barring something unusual, that's going to be her goal next year.
Yeah.
So, and I know that not quite sure exactly who the JV goalie is, but there's, again, what's nice is it's in the pipeline, right? So that you'll continue to have that good, solid goaltending that Norwood seems to be able to generate both in ice hockey and in field hockey. Sometimes goaltending seems to do pretty well here in Norwood. So Mustangs with 11:40. Here's Sopel.
Wow, that got really high in the air.
See, and what's interesting, like you look at a shot like that Sopel just took right there, and what I've noticed, at least from Melrose, is they just haven't had that same ability to have those kind of shots, right? And I think it's just they've just missed a couple. I'm not saying that they don't have the ability to do it. I just say you just haven't seen that from them tonight, and that kind of shot is such a useful weapon to have at your disposal.
Yeah, even not, it's just a shot attempt, just to clear the ball, get it deep down the field, switch the field. Yeah, we said it earlier, but the ball does seem to come off the Mustang sticks just different.
Yep. That finally made some contact there, and that was a nice shot. But again, Mustang's able to just regain and quick little turn here.
Yeah, so
what a
Connolly
great
to
little
Connolly
body
pass.
position. Yeah, just see the way she was able to kind of like actually turn her back. She shielded herself from the Melrose player, and then what hustle all the way down there by Connolly. Boy, that was a terrific individual effort there. She kind of positioned herself between Zano and the ball, got Zano kind of turned, and Zano went down, and Connolly was able to kind of finish it and almost made it all the way to the end line there.
Yeah, again, showing off the wheels, just trying to keep the ball in play. So here comes Melrose the other way.
Chance here. Oh, once again.
Yeah, good
Just
step up from that
stepping
back
up.
line. Just the defensive awareness, that back line. Doesn't matter who's back there. They all play the right way. They step up at the right times.
Those Sopels,
They make great passes like that.
Yep. Those Sopels know how to play that back line there. That's a solid combination. Once again there, Atkinson. Ball rides up high, but defensively, Ashla Delaria out there, number 5. And right back come the Mustangs.
So number 14 again, Mackenzie Conley fighting for the ball deep in the Melrose zone, and the Mustangs will be rewarded for her efforts here. The set piece right in front of the net.
Yeah, so Doucette's going to line this one up here.
Great pass.
Oh yeah, just past the outstretched Blumenthal. She tried to redirect that one. But was able to get that through.
Pressure there from the Mustangs again. Good shot attempt there. Almost sneaks in past the Melrose keeper Fuentes, just wide of the net. So with about just under 9 minutes left here in the game, looks like Melrose is going to make some subs as well. 3 in, 3 out. And another mini earthquake from the spectators.
That is, yeah, well, that's our sound
That's
effects.
the aftershock.
That's the sound effects of the players coming on.
Yeah.
And once again, yeah, Zano there trying to get that ball through, but every single time it is blocked down, and Allie O'Neill tries to work up there once again to Conley. That's been a good combination here in the second half for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and again, number 8, Allie O'Neill in the game. Another one of those non-senior Mustangs. She's actually a freshman, getting some great experience right now for the freshman midfielder and defender. Probably not a lot of freshmen out there, Mark, that can say they've checked into a MIAA playoff game in any sport, really.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think
that puts you in some rare air.
Yep. Yeah. And it speaks to the the talent that Dolliner and her staff have here, right? That you can plug in a freshman, and it's she doesn't miss a beat, right? And I think that's so encouraging, for the next couple of years that these freshmen get this opportunity for not only regular season, but obviously, like you said, it's a one and done, right? Advance and go. Nice job there defensively as Melrose is able to turn the tide of that Mustang attack.
Yeah, at this point, the name of the game, like we said, is just survive and advance. Doesn't matter if it's ugly, if it's pretty, if it's somewhere in between, but I would imagine if you're Norwood, you've got to be pretty encouraged with your effort here tonight, especially in that second and third quarter. Norwood just came out and dominated those 2 quarters. That's kind of what really blew this game open. And if you can continue that effort and end this game with a shutout on the other end, I think that's exactly what you're looking for. Keep in mind, this Norwood team hasn't played in a little bit.
Yep.
So shaking off the rust after the regular season. Pretty encouraging effort here from the Mustangs.
Oh, for sure, yeah. We have seen all facets of what this 16-1-1 team has been tonight. We have seen obviously the offense that we knew was going to be there, but the defense has been stifling. And I saw that Delaney Naughton checked in, number 24. So the sophomores in there defensively for Coach Dolliner as we get under 6 minutes. And it is just a solid running time here for all 4 quarters. So you kind of know when this game is going to end. There's no stoppage. There's no extra time, as far as I know. I suppose unless it ends on that penalty corner.
Yeah, that untimed down. But yeah, what you're seeing here has kind of been the story of the night. Just Norwood keeping the ball deep in the Melrose zone, just applying the pressure all night. Melrose doing their best to get it out of the zone, try to counter the other way, but Norwood does a great job getting back. That back line steps up, applies pressure, makes the right reads, forces turnovers. A lot of defense translating to offense tonight for sure.
So Bryn Baker here will try to get that offensive started. Gets another second chance here. Now we're under 4:50 left here in the final frame. The Mustangs up comfortably 6-0. Again, they just want to kind of wind this one down here. And
great pass to the zone again there. Conley to the freshman O'Neill. Just anticipates the run, sends it deep ahead of her. And Norwood again, there, being rewarded for the pressure they're applying in the Melrose zone. So O'Neill with the set piece on. It looks like she's going to bump up to, she gets a little 10-yard penalty there. Gets to move it up 10 yards.
Deflection there again. I mean, that's one of the things that I think that Melrose has done fairly effectively here in the fourth is getting the sticks in the way, being able to deflect some of these passes and kind of curtail some of this Mustang momentum. So it's been a strong fourth quarter for Melrose, and again, it's been a while since they've been in the tournament, and again, as mentioned, they had their first win in 20 years, tournament win. So, if you're looking for small building blocks, they've really started out strong on this program. So I expect you're going to see these folks back in the tournament again next year. And again, with 1 year of that tournament play under your belt, you just never know what you might be able to do.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. Great opportunity for them to build off going into next season. Always good to get playoff experience, vice versa for this Norwood Mustangs team, as we see a lot of the non-seniors in there playing well together too.
Yeah.
And the other side of that's great for Mustangs fans and this Mustangs team. Your senior leaders getting a lot of rest here.
Yep.
In a playoff game, which is usually a little bit unexpected, unanticipated. But anytime you're extending your season like that by 3, 4, 5 more games, it's always great to get your players a little bit of rest. Keep the legs fresh going forward.
And what's kind of nice too, in a situation now, obviously Coach Dollar is able to do this given the current score and the situation. But now everybody everybody is obviously part of this team. But now everyone has had a chance to be on the field to contribute.
Yeah.
Great little hustle there, as I think Sullivan tries to get herself all the way through and just couldn't quite finish. But again, you're down to about 2 minutes, and it's not as if Melrose is trying to take their foot off the gas.
Yeah, you're right, though, Mark. Everyone at practice tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, whenever they end up practicing again, can say, I contributed something to that game.
Exactly. As they come out of the leaves there on the far side.
Yep. Ooh. Ball pops up high.
Yep.
Looks like that might have got number 7, Katie Malley, in the face, and she's going to check out of the game right away.
Look across the way, check on the trainer. Coach is going to check her out. Looks like she's okay. At least from what I can tell here. But, again, it's kind of, you've got the training staff right over there, so she's going to go over to the checked out the truck. Oh, high five from Caitlin. So yeah, must be okay. If you're getting the high five, you're okay.
Caitlin does give out a lot of high fives, though. She's a very positive person. So.
Oh, she is. She is fantastic. I had the privilege last year or the year before when she was doing the scoreboard for the basketball games. And I was doing some of the PA stuff, being able to chat with her. Just a fun person to get to know, and yeah, very positive. And yeah, I've spoken to her a couple times coming up here to the field and congratulated her and the entire staff of this squad this year and what they have accomplished thus far. I know that this is just step one here of as they move on, hopefully to the round of 16 after tonight. Oh, terrific save there, Fuentes still strong. Yep.
That was a little swaggy, too. Just stopped it on a dime, booted it right back out.
Yeah, that's great concentration on her part. You can see her calling out there for the defender to pick up the Mustang that's trying to camp out on that back post as we're down to about 48 seconds left here. So Mustangs will just wind this one down.
Yeah, and you can see the Mustang bench getting a little hyped up as the clock begins to wind down. They know they're advancing to the next rounds. They know they played a great game tonight.
Yeah. Look at Katie Malley just checking out. She has the ice bag on her head. So good medical staff training over there. And she'll be ready to go.
Yeah, that was tough. It looked like the ball
just popped
jumped
right
up
off
of someone's stick. Just got it right in the head.
So final 10 seconds here.
Melrose playing the whistle, though. Yeah, you love to see it.
We'll see if they can't finish it off. But again, you can hear off to our right the Melrose parents and fans.
Yeah, they've been great all night.
Terrific job.
Very
they travel
crowd.
Well. Very supportive crowd. And yeah, you can hear them, quite loud. So no scoring in the fourth quarter. And the Mustangs will take the first round here, win 6-0 over the Red Hawks of Melrose. And yeah, you kind of, it's one of those, great job there by the Mustangs, but you kind of look over to the left, and again, I know that Fuentes is your senior goaltender, so between her and Zeno and Viola, and I think, as I mentioned, Sophia Sullivan, this is it for them, right? And it's been, I'm sure, a terrific ride, and being able to play with your teammates all those 4 years up here at Melrose, and a tough way to end, but a playoff win to start it. So I think the future looks quite bright for the Red Hawks of Melrose, but they drew a tough one when you pull up against the Mustangs, that number 1 seed. So.
Yeah, it's always tough when your reward for winning a playoff game is the number 1 seed in the bracket.
Exactly.
But you're right, Mark. I would say, as you mentioned earlier, a team full of sophomores and juniors. They earned the right to be here after beating Amherst last night. They played a tremendous first quarter. I thought they should have even tied it, actually. It looked like it could have been 1-1 pretty easily. So a great effort there from the Mustangs and a great effort from the Red Hawks. So a 6-0 game here, 6-0 win for Norwood. And it looks like we will be interviewing, I think that's number 17, Emily Spadorsha.
She's looking for the headset.
She scored a goal tonight. She found the net, but she can't find the headset.
Yeah, she can find the back of the net.
Jack Tolman is pointing out to her where to go. Good hustle, though. She's working hard. She's trying to find it. Yep.
There. Wait. 3.
Yep. All right. She's got it.
Let's see if she's got it.
I think she's got it.
You got it, Emily? You
there
got
we go.
it?
All right. We were saying you found the net, but you couldn't find the
can't
headset.
find the headset. Hey, Emily, congratulations. A terrific win, fairly dominant. What were you guys kind of expecting coming in? This is not a team you've played before, so what were you expecting?
Yeah, first of all, thank you. And, we're going into every game just 50-50. We didn't really watch any film. We kind of came in it's a competition. We had zero expectations. We didn't come in that we were going to win the game. We didn't come in that we were going to, start our bench. We came in the game. We wanted to play. We don't have a ticket to the state championship. We have to make our way there first.
I like that.
That's
I'm going
to
write that down.
Might have to quote you on that.
That's fantastic. So obviously now you get to move on for the next round of 16. I'm assuming we'll be hosting here again, for the next one.
Yep.
What do you think was there anything that you saw tonight that you think you kind of need to work on as, you march forward there as you kind of continue to, as you say, punch that ticket?
Yeah. Honestly, just finding the back of the net, getting on post, getting on goalie. We can make it in the circle. We got Shea Larkey, bombing it from outside the circle, but we need to hit it to go into the circle. We need to touch it. We need to find the back of the net for sure.
I noticed that it seemed that you guys are very strong in terms of getting that ball into the circle there from deep outside. Sopel's got herself. I mean, I was flinching at some of the stuff that she was taking up there, right? I wouldn't get in front of that. How much of an advantage is that, having that type of ability on your team to get that, really strike that ball really well?
It's awesome. In the middle of the game, I was talking about, when in doubt, go to Shea Larkey. I will always find her on the field. I trust her enough to carry the ball, and she's just awesome. It's awesome having her as a teammate and having that strong advantage.
Yeah, for sure. And something we noticed up here, Emily, was that first quarter was pretty tight. Melrose, we thought, played a great first quarter. They obviously played last night. You guys have had a few days off. Was there a little bit of rust factor in that first quarter? And then what changed in that second and third quarter where you guys just came out and dominated?
Oh, 100%. They were ready to play. They came off a really high last night. They won against a team they haven't won against in 26 years. I was saying that all day. I was they're on a high. I don't care what positioning they are. I don't care what seed they are. We need to play. We're ready to play too. In the second, we went into the circle, and we just said that was way too close. That cannot happen.
Yeah.
So came out the second, scored a couple more, and then we got into it.
Well, yeah. I thought that you make a good point, because your goal there to start the second was about a minute or so in. It was a real quick goal, and I was saying to Joey up here, I'm like, that's obviously what Melrose didn't want, right? You guys, that's exactly what you did want.
Yeah.
You started that statement earlier, and Shea followed up maybe a minute later with another goal, and by then you guys felt like you were kind of in, I don't want to use the word cruise control, but you were in control the rest of the way. How important did you think that first goal was to get it so quickly in the second quarter?
Yeah, that was honestly not like, I know it was mine, but it was probably the most important goal. That was what kept us rolling. That's what like got us rolling. Even though we had one in the first, like we needed that second one to really like get on the train.
Yeah, and my last question for you, Emily, how awesome was it for you, the seniors, to kind of get some rest there actually in the fourth quarter, keep your legs fresh for next game, but also to see your younger teammates, the non-seniors, get out there and get some valuable playoff experience?
I loved it. I mean, seeing like the people that don't get out to play, like seeing them get like close to scoring, getting in the circle, it's awesome. It's so hype. Like one of my like favorites, I love Regan and Mackenzie getting in there. I just feel like it's almost proud.
Yeah. I'll tell you. I mean, you guys obviously are senior strong, but there is a lot of talent at all grade levels, right? Juniors, sophomores, and freshmen on this
100%.
team. Yep. So things are boding well. Listen, hey, congratulations on the win. Go enjoy it, and we'll figure out exactly who you got next. But congratulations, and thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a great night. Emily Spadorsha here joining us live, and Joey, again, this was just kind of a complete team victory at all offense and defense. I mean, she's still sprinting.
Yeah, I think we held her so long that we did her a favor. She didn't have to clean up too
Yeah,
much. So
exactly.
Probably would have preferred if we kept going there.
That's right. Any more questions? Anything?
But yeah, great effort here tonight from both sides. Again, it's November, so it's playoff time. The name of the game is survive and advance. And Norwood did exactly that. They put forth a great effort, as did the Melrose Redhawks. But Norwood comes away successful tonight, 6-0. But a great first quarter from the Redhawks. It was a close game for a while. Norwood just took the momentum and ran with it.
They did. So that will do it from the school up here on the hill. Is once again your final score tonight. Norwood 6 and Melrose 0. We will wait to see who we play and exactly when, and I'm sure John Longley will let us know. And maybe they'll have the A team back, to call the game. We kind of
the
had
field hockey experts.
Exactly. Some folks might be down in Clemson right now and enjoying the football game, as Nora Glynn is normally sitting right here. Wasn't able to join us tonight, so hopefully she and Kathy will be back, and hopefully we didn't butcher the game.
I think we
too
did
much.
okay.
I think we did okay.
We did
All
okay.
right. So for everyone here at NCM, once again, your final score from Norwood, 6-0 the Mustangs win. Thanks for tuning in, and have yourselves a great evening.